Hello everyone, this is Bloody Bananas. Welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to showcase the first day of Ultra League Premier Cup battles that I did with the double water team that I created last season. I really enjoyed this team. I did really well with this team last season, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to play the same team. Basically, you have a Dragonite in the lead, and then you have two water types Pokemon in the back, and you want to draw out a grass type Pokemon with one of the water type Pokemon, so that the other water type Pokemon can roam free in the back. Also, I really like this team because it can really handle a lot of the XL Pokemon that we see. The most common one that we're probably going to see in Ultra League Premier Cup a lot is Talonflame. We just had the community day for Talonflame, so a lot of people have those XL candies. So a lot of people have those Talonflame XL available, and this team triple counters Talonflame, which is great. I think we almost won every single game that we saw a Talonflame. And also, this team, we have two R-type Pokemon, meaning that we beat Skarmories or XL Stunfisks that we see. So I really like this team. Personally, I don't have any XL Pokemon available right now, so I definitely want a team that can compete against those XL Pokemon. That's why I built this team, and I'm playing with this team on the first day of Premier Cup, and we did really well with this team. I think we got I'm not sure exactly what was the record, but I think it was something around 16-4, just over the first 4 sets. And then I played one more sets later, and it wasn't as good. But overall, it was a very positive day for me. This team is really good, and without further ado, let's get into the battles. I'm going to show you guys some bad matchups, also some good matchups for this team, and how to play around all of the situations that you might encounter with this team. So first up, okay, Talonflame right off the bat. This is very good. I think I made a lot of misplays in the first set. So in the first few games, you guys are going to see me make a lot of mistakes. I'm still rusty because Ultra League is just coming back. So I do make a lot of mistakes. Here we get off a Dragon Claw. I have to respect the Brave Bird. My opponent actually went for a bait. And they came out safe swap into a Snorlax, which is fine. We're going to our Swampert. Swampert is okay against Snorlax. Mostly a positive matchup. Here I make a massive mistake, right? Well, it wasn't really a massive mistake, but I should have thrown the Hydro Cannon a little early so that I can better gauge this matchup. Here we get to the other Hydro Cannon, but now we're in the farm down range. So this is not the greatest thing ever. Luckily, my opponent actually shielded. They chose to have the move. So here, I think I should have gone into my Empoleon here, actually, and to farm down. But instead, I went to the Dragonite. I got off the Dragon Claw, which is nice. So here, I probably don't shield, which is right. I like this play. And then I go into my Empoleon here. Ooh, I should definitely go into Empoleon here to get a little bit of jump start with energy. Here, they have a Talonflame. And then they have an Obstacle in the back. So it was a double normal team in the back. And that is not great for my team at all. So I think I made a misplay by not preserving my Dragonite a little more. Because they were basically down 2 shields. But I decided to save a shield for my Empoleon. I just didn't expect that they had an Obstacle in the back. So, very unlucky gameplay. Here we get off one more Dragon Claw, but I think their Talonflame is a little bit has a little bit too much health for our Dragonite to take it out. Yep, it was still very close. I think 2 more Dragon Breaths would have taken down that Talonflame. But unfortunately, we're going to lose the first game in Ultra League Premier Cup. But I think we start playing better as we get adjusted to Ultra League Premier Cup. Let's see how we do here. Gengar, pretty positive against a Kindra. When they swap into Kindra, I like to go for a Dragon Claw first. It will almost always get a shield. And then I'm going to farm a little bit more and then go into my Empoleon. I farm it down to hopefully a Drill Peck range. That's what I was looking for. And hopefully well, we should be able to tank whatever they throw, right? I'm just gonna go for this drill pack. I know it doesn't KO, and I'm looking to farm this all the way down. 2 more, and they are very close to another move, so it was very nice. They come out with a Gengar. We reach another Hydro Cannon. This forces that last shield from my opponent. So now I am up 2 shields. I still have 2 Pokemon in the back, and this is looking extremely good for me, right? Let's see. I come out with the Swampert actually, because I want to get a little bit farm with my Swampert, and let's see what they have in the back. I was worried that if they had a grass type Pokemon in the back, I kind of need my Swampert, right? But my opponent actually gives up, so my guess is maybe they had a Talonflame in the back. It's very likely, right? Very likely that they had a Talonflame in the back. So, alright, Machamp, very good lead. They're going to Empoleon. I think I want to catch a move when I see an Empoleon. Yep, so I try to catch at when they get to the drill pack, but my opponent didn't throw. Very smart gameplay by my opponent. Here they go for a Hydro Cannon. So I'm going to farm up just before they get... Okay, actually I'm going to farm up. I'm going to shield once. I'm going to farm up to 2 Hydro Cannons, and I'm going to throw one to KO my opponent Empoleon. So that now I have energy to throw against enemy Machamp, right? They actually came out with Talonflame, and they sneak in an Incinerate, which is 5 turns worth of energy for my opponent, which is very unlucky. Here, my opponent is not able to take us out with 2 more Incinerates, so I get off another Hydro Cannon, and we got a shield with our misclick drill pack anyways, so now it's looking very good for us. I think I actually come out with Swampert, yeah, because I recognize that I just need to shield once, and then I'm gonna outpace my opponent to the Hydro Cannon anyways. My opponent swaps out into Machamp. I had an energy lead, so all I need to do is go for the Hydro and then go for a Dragon Claw on my Dragonite. And at this point, I have 2 Pokemon very good against the Talonflame. The Talonflame is almost out of energy. There isn't much my opponent can do here. I'm gonna throw this just before my opponent gets to another Brave Bird. So he has a Brave Bird here, but obviously if he throws it, my Swampert was gonna win that game for us anyways. Okay, Crustle, very bad lead. I think I go into Swampert right away. I actually like, a lot of times I like using Swampert as a safe swap to draw out the grass type, and sometimes the fighter will come out as well. So they came out with the Clefable. We could reach 2 Sludge Wave here, I think. They got an actual Charm early, so that wasn't very good. Okay. But fortunately, we got a CMP tie. That means my opponent cannot throw anything on our Dragonite or Empoleon. So here I go into my Empoleon to get an energy jumpstart. We have 2 waterfalls of energy to handle whatever they had in the back. They had Obstagoon. I'm just going to throw a Hydro Cannon here. The thing about Dragonite is Hurricane will do a lot of damage to anything that it hits neutral with. So that's what I'm looking to do. I think my only win condition is get their last shield and then farm down with my Empoleon, or just take out this Crustle, right? So I went for taking out this Crustle. I shield once their X-Scissor, and I was able to reach the Hurricane. My opponent doesn't shield, so I one-shot. And now my Dragonite can do a lot of chip damage to this Obstagoon for my Empoleon to finish the end game. Even if my opponent shielded their Crustle, I think I could possibly still win just by farming down that Crustle with my Empoleon and then getting to a Hydro Cannon to throw against the Obstagoon. But it was a very close game, very good game to my opponent. Here we have Dragonite versus Empoleon. Again, I try to swap to catch a drill pack, but a lot of people are very smart and not letting us catch. Here they go for a Hydro Cannon. I think I misplay massively in this game as well. Let's see how I mess up here. They come out with oh god. Okay, I don't have an answer to Altaria besides my Dragonite. And my Dragonite is not even a good response to an Altaria XL. It is so bulky. It As you can see, I did 2 drill packs and it still has so much health to hang. And now it just throws a sky attack. I'm actually gonna shield because I know I reached the other drill pack here. I think this was a misplay as well. I should probably just let it go down, but my opponent actually let the Altari go down there. So we regain switch advantage, and I actually swap out into my. Okay, I actually swap into my Swampert right away. That's very interesting. So I go for a Sludge Bomb. Well, Sludge Wave does a lot of damage, and now I think I'm gonna build up to 2 Hydro Cannons if possible. I'm not gonna shield this. It's Octazooka, it doesn't do a lot of damage. We got the debuff, which is a little unfortunate. Here, I go for a Hydro Cannon. This will do a lot of damage. Well, it doesn't do a lot of damage. It's like double resisted. Yep. My opponent doesn't shield that. Very smart. Here, I go for another Hydro Cannon. Opponent still doesn't shield. I really want to get that last shield, right? But the thing is, my opponent has 2 shields, but he only has half HP and Empoleon. So actually, I think I could still take this game, right? At this point, we have a shield. We tank a drill pack. Okay, we go for a Dragon Claw to get the very last shield. My opponent has to throw a drill pack here, and even then, it might not KO, right? Let's see, let's see. Maybe I didn't mess up this game. Maybe my opponent messed up. Let's see. Okay, we're very close. Very close. We get to the last Dragon Claw before our Dragonite goes down to take out this Empoleon. So, okay, Dragonite is an absolute beast as long as we don't see those Steel type XL Pokemon. So, very good game to my opponent. Very close game as well. Here we have Dragonite. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Skarmory is not very good for this team. We're going to go into Swampert. They come out with Kingdra, which is like a very hard counter, right? Very hard counter to us. Let's see. We go for a Sludge, and we get a shield, which is great. So we're just going to let our Swampert go down, because we got the shield advantage, right? Octazooka. Again, we got the debuff again. I think in all my games against Kingdra today, I got a debuff, which is a little unfortunate, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world because we're gonna go down anyways. And now I think I'm actually gonna come out with Empoleon. Okay, I'm gonna come out with Dragonite. And do I shield this? If this is an outrageous one-hit KO, but it was just an Octazooka, but they actually didn't get a debuff, so it's not as bad. But they still have a Skarmory in the back, and then they had a Swampert in the back. So I don't have much play here, right? I'm not gonna shield this. I should throw my Hydro Cannon right now. I should throw before they get to the next move, so that I could maybe get a shield from my opponent. But now it's very bad because my opponent is up his shield, so he can decide if he wants to let the Swampert go down. I think the safe play was actually just let the Swampert shield the Swampert and finish off my Empoleon with the Swampert, because we know that Skarmory is going to beat my Dragonite no matter what. Here, I guess I could have gone for a sack swap, but I really needed some energy before sack swapping. Otherwise, my opponent was going to build up to extra energy before finishing off my Dragonite, right? So, I really don't think there was much of a win con, unfortunately. My opponent had pretty good counters. He was also running a double water team, right? Very cool team, but with the XL Skarmory. So essentially we had double water mirror, but he had something in the lead that hard counters my lead. Very unfortunate game. Here, okay, Talonflame. We love seeing Talonflames because our team triple counters Talonflame. It's very hard for this team to mess up against a Talonflame team, unless they have something like a Abomasnow, which absolutely hard counters my team, right? But let's see. This team does have a weakness against Abomasnow. Generally, it takes it's usually a very hard fought battle. Here we catch a drill pack against my opponent Empoleon successfully for the first time in this video, which is nice. We build up a lot of energy with our Dragonite, and now I think I'm just gonna build up a lot of energy. I should be able to tank this Hydro Cannon. It's actually just a Drill Peck again. That's a little interesting. But I'm going to throw this Hydro before my opponent gets to his next move to finish off this Empoleon. Actually came out with the Gallade, so I'm going to go for the Drill Peck. It does super effective damage, right? It is a fighting type. I think I might get farmed down here, unfortunately. Ooh, I tried to store a move. Oh, I make a massive mistake. Why would I ever go for a Hurricane when the Dragon Claw would KO there anyways? But at the end of the day, we get a shield, right? It actually has Synchronize, so one hit KO my Dragonite. They probably think they got rid of the hardest counter against the Talonflame, but unfortunately we still had a Swampert in the back, so all we need to do is build up to double Hydro Cannon. They're out of shields, and we still have a shield, so even if they had a Leaf Blade or anything, we could still take this game. The game to my opponent. Next up, let's see. We have Dragonite versus Gengar. Again, it's not a bad lead at all. Our Dragon Breaths will absolutely chip down this Gengar. I know this is just a Shadow Punch, so I don't need to shield this. I could just let this go. Dragonite will tank it, no problem. And I go for a Dragon Claw here. This will force my opponent to shield, or the Gengar will go down, right? I tried to go for a Sack Swap. I wasn't successful. I tried to catch it on my Swampert, but I think it queued my swap anyways. That was very unlucky. So we went into Swampert, even though I didn't really want to, but that's how it goes sometimes. But they actually had a Dragonite in the back. I think we survived this Dragon Claw. We landed a Sludge Wave, which does a ton of damage to the Shadow Dragonite. And now we go for the Hydro. If this KOs, it will take out this opponent Dragonite. So that was very interesting. If Swampert has a little bit of energy lead, it beats Dragonite in the one shield. Very, very strong. The Sludge Wave. This is why I like running Sludge Wave on the Swampert. Because I really like how the Sludge Wave can do damage against the dragons. Here, they had him a champion in the back, so I don't think there is much for us to do. They had him a champ, and our Dragonite was way too low. Here, they could probably go for a combo play here. Oh no! Oh god. Okay, never mind. Never mind. So I think my opponent tried to swap out after throwing the cross chop to go for the Shadow Punch to finish me off. But he was one Shadow Claw away. So he transferred the first waterfall damage to the Gengar. And then he only did one Shadow Claw, and then he died to my second waterfall, which gave me enough damage to build up to the Drill Peck to finish off the Machamp in the back. So very unfortunate, because we sneaked in the move, and then he transferred that damage to Gengar. That was why he lost. So very unlucky for my opponent. Here we swap into Empoleon against a Dribblum, trying to catch the Icy Wind. But they come out with the Escavalier. We got a shield from them. Escavalier is very strong against my team as well. It resists everything my Dragonite throws. Here I'm gonna farm this Escavalier all the way down. So now I have a lot of energy. I'm gonna go for the Hurricane against this Empoleon, which will also do a lot of damage, right? It's more energy efficient than the Dragon Claws. Here we're up 2 shields. We're against a Dribblum and Empoleon. Can we win this? I think we could. Let's see. But I think I made a massive, massive mistake in this game. It's kind of cringe when I think about that mistake, but let's review that mistake so that it doesn't happen in the future to you guys. Here we tank the first Icy Wind. We shield the second one. I'm going to build up extra energy and then throw the Hydro Cannon just before they get to the third Icy Wind. So we either get the shield or we take out the Dribblum. We take out the Dribblum, which is nice. So now they have an Empoleon, right? I build up to 2 Hydro Cannons, and then I swap into Dragonite. I go for the Dragon Claw. My opponent doesn't shield. Okay, never mind. Maybe I don't mess up here because I still have 2 Hydro Cannons here. And I think my opponent was one waterfall away from double. So all I have to do is go for the double hydro cannons to finish this game. Alright, I swapped out to clear my debuff as well. So, okay. I guess I didn't mess up as I thought I was going to. So, good game to my opponent there. Here we have, okay, this is what I was talking about. Abomasnow absolutely destroys my line. What I like to do is just go into Empoleon right away. Generally, they don't have a fighter in the back, is what I've noticed with Abomasnow leads. Let's see. So they had a Dragonite. Okay, very interesting. Do we shield this? We don't shield this. We're very close to 2 Drill Pecks. 2 Drill Pecks will almost KO this Dragonite. Definitely would KO a Shadow Dragonite, but this is a normal Dragonite. We need to do this Drill Peck and I think one more Waterfall to KO, but can we survive the Dragon Breaths? We do survive the Dragon Breaths. So basically we retook switch advantage here, but it's not really important. It's kind of important so that our Dragonite doesn't face this Abomasnow. But then again, Swampert doesn't have a great matchup against Abomasnow. I have to call the bait. It is a Weather Ball, so fortunately we do got that bait. Here we go for a Hydro Cannon bait, but my opponent made a sack swap into Gyarados, but my opponent shielded anyways. So that was very interesting. I guess he didn't want to tank a Sludge Wave, so he shielded. And yeah, so that actually gives me a win con now. All I have to do is land a Sludge Wave to KO the Abomasnow in the back. So if I can bait again, or if I just go for straight Sludge Wave and is able to KO, then I can win this game. I just basically sack my Dragonite there against their Gyarados. And I'm going to overfarm a lot of energy with my Swampert here. Hydro Cannon takes out. I still have residual energy. I'm going to build up. So my opponent has to call my bait at this point to win this game. And he calls incorrectly and got Sludge Waved in the face. So, good game to my opponent. It was a very close one. Abomasnow is very hard to handle, but it's not an auto-lose. It's not an auto-lose. You just have to play around it. It's still very hard, but it's very possible. Here against Swampert, very good lead. Very good lead. Let's see, my opponent goes for Hydro Cannons. He's not swapping out, which tells me he probably has something weak to a Dragonite as well. Because Swampert is very bad against a Dragonite, right? My opponent actually shielded my Dragon Claw as well. I'm definitely not shielding any of the Hydro Cannons. He didn't even build up to a Sludge Wave. So what I'm guessing is he probably has a Earthquake, right? They actually tried to they caught my Dragon Claw with the Ninetales, which did 0 damage almost to the Ninetales, but we have a perfect counter to this Ninetales. We double resist the Ice move, the Ice Weather Ball, and the Ice Powder Snow, and we single resist the Psy Shock. So basically, I'm just gonna farm a lot of energy. Almost 100. I think I was 1 waterfall away from the 100 energy, and I go for a Hydro Cannon here. They actually had a Venusaur in the back, which is interesting. So they did have another. They did have a Venusaur that was weak to my Dragonite. That's why they're stating with the Swampert. Let's see. I do get it off another Drill Peck, which is nice. Here, I believe I'm not gonna shield. I have 2 shields against their 0 shield. So even Swampert at this point can totally take out this Venusaur, right? All I have to do is double shield the Frenzy Plants. He's not going to get to a third of Frenzy Plants before I get to the Hydro. I don't think he will even get to the second one. My opponent does make a perfect Sack Swap, but I think their Swampert also had energy, so I don't even know if that was if that move meant anything. But at least, you know, it was kind of a flex move by my opponent, I guess, telling me that he could totally catch that move. But GG's to my opponent. Here we're against Kendra. Let's see. We'll go for Dragon Claw here. Generally, they will shield, or I think Dragonite will win this matchup. So then I swap out into my Empoleon. Swampert is very bad against the Kingdra, so I'm just gonna go into my Empoleon here. They had a fighter in the back, Surfetched. Very bad for me. This Leaf Blade should KO me, I think. Actually, it doesn't KO me. So I do get off this debuffed, double debuffed Drill Peck, which does almost no damage. Well, it did have 40%, which is not bad. I still have a Dragonite. I think I'm going to try my best to farm this down. I'm very close to farming it down, but my opponent got to another move. It was a Leaf Blade, but I had to shield it. I think this is the game I make a massive misplay. Let's see. Oh, what this is. Okay, it's going to be super cringe. I think I make a huge misplay. They had Empoleon, right? So I'm going to shield this one. I thought I had 2 shields here. So I thought I still have 1 shield remaining at this point. They come out with the Kingdra. I'm going to go for this Sludge Wave. My opponent shielded, which was very smart. But my opponent didn't get to another move. Before we get to the next Sludge Wave, we'll take out this Kingdra. So I'm still thinking I have a shield at this point. I'm thinking all I have to do is do as much shot damage as possible, and then go for a Dragon Claw, and they wouldn't get to 2 Drill Pecks. But as you guys are gonna see, I got absolutely bamboozled. Yep. I was like, where's my shield? So the correct play was probably going into Dragonite when their Empoleon came back. And then try to force my opponent to throw energy so that my Swampert can finish off this Empoleon. Even then, I think it was still a very close game. But I got absolutely bamboozled. I thought I had that game for sure, but I thought I had a shield remaining, right? Here, my opponent goes for a bait. Of course, they always go for a bait with the Shadow Machamp. And then they swap into Kingdra. But I'm going to reach another Dragon Claw here. So this is actually looking fine, right? I'm going to go for the Dragon Claw. And then I go into my Empoleon, which is a good response now that all the shields are down. And I resist everything this Kingdra can throw at me, right? They double resist my waterfalls, but at least we hit neutral with our Drill Pecks. And even if they take out my Empoleon, I'm just gonna farm it down all the way, which is actually even better in my opinion here. I would totally take the farm. My opponent has no energy now. I'm gonna farm this Kingdra all the way down with my Swampert. This is very, very good farm. I have almost up to a Sludge Wave now. So let's see what my opponent comes out with. A Grass type. I should throw Sludge Wave, but my opponent made a perfect catch. That was very sad for me to see. I tried to undercharge it, but it wasn't enough. It still KO'd the Machamp. Here, I still land the Sludge Wave, which is very important. I think my opponent is very close to another Rock Slide. Here they get off their first Rock Slide. I think I didn't count too well, but I think they're 3 more away. So, but we finish off in 2 more Vine Whips. So yeah, good game. Dragonite, the Dragon Breaths are just doing too much damage. So we got a 4-1 here. Next up, let's see. Yeah, that mistake was very cringe, but okay, let's see. Toxic Rogue. This is very good lead. Oh, I think this is a game where I was very, very, very sad about seeing an Umbreon. Let's see. They got a foul play. I actually don't have an answer to Umbreon swapping at all, even though we landed a really good lead with Toxic Rogue. Here, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to chip it down, Dragon Claw, and I'm going to catch a foul play with my Empoleon, right? This looks fine. My opponent is going to get off another foul play right here, okay? So now he's three snarls away from the next foul play, right? What I need to do is do 3 waterfalls and then CMP tie on this Hydro Cannon to take out this Umbreon. But the opponent Umbreon survived. And he got off another foul play. So what happened was the Umbreon basically took out my Dragonite. Well, half of my HP on Dragonite. And I also took out my Empoleon with 0 shields required. So I was just like, wow, that thing is so strong. What the heck? And then they came out with the Toxicroak. And I could kind of already guess what they have in the back. I think it's going to be a Lapras, because Lapras is very good with Toxicroak together. And yeah, like we expected, they do have a Lapras in the back. And I think at this point I was really frustrated that a single Umbreon did this much damage to my team, so I just left the game, and I don't think there was a win con there anyways. Here we have Dragonite against Dragonite. Okay, in this matchup, I'm going to try to catch the Dragon Claw on my Empoleon. That's how I always play this matchup. And we're able to catch the Dragon Claw, so essentially that's wasted damage, wasted energy from my opponent. But they had a Machamp in the back. I'm going to try my best getting to the Drill Peck, but my opponent throws energy here, which is fine. So now my opponent doesn't have much energy with the Machamp. I'm going to come out with my Dragonite. I'm going to farm up a little bit before throwing this Dragon Claw. We might get a shield. We don't get a shield, and I think I'm going to farm it down. This is a Cross Chop. Do I shield this Cross Chop? I don't shield this Cross Chop, and we survive it. And I'm going to farm down that Machamp with my Swampert. Okay, I like this play. I like this play. Getting a little bit extra energy with the Swampert instead of taking out that Machamp. They had a Talonflame in the back. This is what this team was meant to do. Just taking out those birds. Or just saying no to those flying, fiery birds. We build up a lot of energy. My opponent just sacks the Talonflame, which makes sense. His win condition is trying to like Dragon Breath down my Swampert, which is possible, but we just need 5 more Mush Shots here to get to double Hydro Cannons, right? Let's see if we're able to make it to the third one. Okay, they shielded the first one. They're gonna shield this second one as well against their Dragonite. They do shield it, and I'm gonna go for my last Hydro Cannon to take out this Dragonite. So yeah, this team, if you have a Talonflame in the back, you don't want to run into my team, because my team has 3 counters to a Talonflame. Here, Toxicroak, again, very good lead, but what they could have in the back is the problem. Turned out they had a Snorlax in the back, which is fine for me. I think I'm gonna chip it down a little bit once again, and then I'm gonna go into my Swampert, because Swampert is very good against the Snorlax generally. We outpace the Snorlax to the body slams, and Hydro Cannon will take out this Snorlax right now. We have to eat 2 body slams right now, but I'm gonna overfarm a little bit. Actually, I didn't overfarm, because I think I got burnt before by overfarming. I didn't keep track of Snorlax energy. Okay, I get 1 more extra Mush Shot worth of energy, which isn't too bad. Let's see what they have in the back. Okay, Toxicroak. It's very likely to be a Lapras in the back. I say that as I was thinking the same thing, but I threw this Hydro Cannon. I wasn't sure why my opponent tried to make that play, because now he's basically switch locked against my Empoleon here. But our switch clock is out of sync, so that part is good for my opponent. They actually didn't shield my first move, which is also very interesting. My opponent does go for the Skull Bash. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to go for the Drill Peck. This is just a serve. It's not another Skull Bash. Yep. And now I have some extra energy with our Drill Pecks. So I think their only play is maybe landing a Sludge Wave, right? I'm going to swap out here into my Dragonite against their swap into the Toxicroak. They got a little bit extra counters, so they could get off 2 moves here. But unfortunately, we have 2 shields. So I think they could like double bait me here with 2 Mud Bombs. They're still not going to get to a 3rd Sludge Bomb to hit our Dragonite. So yeah, I'm just going to farm all the way down now. And then go for a Dragon Claw, to finish off the Lapras, and it's a good game from here. Good game to my opponent. Next up, we are up against Dragonite versus Empoleon. Again, we've seen this matchup a lot. It's not a bad matchup at all, even though Empoleon resists everything we throw. But this is actually a pretty decent matchup. I'm going to try to catch the Drill Peck again, and we caught it. Very nice. I definitely enjoy catching the Drill Pecks because it doesn't do too much damage. And we baited out the Venusaur, which is the hardest counter to my Swampert, right? The hardest counter. My opponent goes for the Frenzy Plant. It doesn't KO. I got off the Drill Peck, which is very important because now it's within the Dragon Claw range from my Dragonite here. Let's see. I'm going to farm a little bit. Before they get to the Sludge Bomb, I'm going to throw the Dragon Claw. Okay, I could have done, I think, 2 more Dragon Breaths or 3 more. But I'm going to throw there. Here they come out the Empoleon. I'm going to overfarm a lot. I'm going to throw just before they get to the Drill Peck. I want to see what my opponent wants to do here. If they don't shield, I'm going to farm down. They do shield. Okay, that's very interesting. That means I'm going to shield this as well. The fact that they shielded Drill Peck probably means they have something weak to my Dragonite. So I'm going to overfarm. I'm going to throw this Dragon Claw before they get to the next Drill Peck. And I want to see what my opponent does, right? My opponent shielded again. So I'm going to shield my Dragonite because they definitely has something weak to my Dragonite, right? Turns out they had a Charizard. So it is weak to my Dragonite. That part is correct. But I also have a very good counter against this Charizard. Basically, my team triple counters Charizard or Talonflame. Or just any fire type Pokemon that you want to bring. My team will triple counter it. Here, we're against Talonflame. Already, it's looking very good. Even though it's like a fully maxed out XL Talonflame. But we have 3 counters. So, here I'm going to shield a Brave Bird. And we'll almost one-hit KO. So, they actually come out with a Machamp after throwing the Brave Bird. Obviously, they don't want to stay in with the debuff. But Machamp, we could absolutely beat this Machamp. If we can call the Rock Slide correctly. Let's see. Machamp is also very good against my backline, so it was very nice that my opponent brought out this Machamp. I'm going to go for this Dragon Claw right here, and I'm going to go for one more to take out this Machamp. So yeah, at this point it's looking very good, and then they had a Jellicent in the back. And now I'm thinking, what can I do against the Jellicent? But they only did 4 hexes here, so I think he only has Bubble Beam. He does have only have Bubble Beam. So this game was very weird. I don't have Earthquake, so I'm just gonna throw the Hydro Cannons because I think it probably does a little bit more than a resisted Sludge Wave. My opponent just keeps going for Bubble Beam, which is very weird. So I'm constantly over farming here. I want to be able to swap in the future. And then save a Hydro Cannon. That's why I'm just going to overfarm tons of energy. And then also stalling out the timer by throwing this Hydro Cannons. Okay, I stored a Hydro Cannon and then I go into my Dragonite. I know they have a Talonflame in the back, right? So the Talonflame, all I need is to land the Hydro Cannon with my Swampert. And all I need to do is take out this Jellicent with my Empoleon. And he's not going to get to 2 Shadow Balls before I get to the Drill Peck, right? Yep. And I'm just going to go for the Hydro Cannon for good measure. Because it should be enough to take out it anyways. And then I have a Hydro Cannon stored with my Swampert. So it's basically game over. My opponent's only play is trying to farm down this Empoleon. But honestly, that's not possible. So yeah, good game to my opponent. Talonflame does not want to see my team. This is what this team was meant to do. Here, Machamp, again, very good lead. Let's see. Okay, they build up to a Rock Slide. They almost always bait. Let's see if they bait with the Cross Chop again. They go for it. Let's see it. They do bait yet again with the Cross Chop. Okay, and now they build up to another Rock Slide. I was trying to swap into my Empoleon, but I didn't get to the second Dragon Claw, so I thought they were one counter away. But they must have a sneaking one, or I missed the Dragon Breaths. Here they have a Gengar. I'm gonna swap into my Swampert right away against this Gengar, because I think all my 3 Pokemon are decent against Gengar, and the worst thing that could happen to me was the Gengar getting a full farm down against my Dragonite, so I just wanted to swap out right away. My opponent lost track of my energy, let us get off one more Hydro Cannon here to take out the Gengar, but really my opponent had nowhere to go because they had a Talonflame in the back, and we still have a Dragonite with the Dragon Claw. We also have a full health Empoleon, so we had 3 Pokemon remaining and we took out this game. Very good game to my opponent. Here you can see we got a 5-0 in the set, which was very nice. So yeah, very fun battles. I really enjoyed this team. We haven't really seen an XL Stunfisk yet. If we see XL Stunfisk, that will be the real challenge. I think if it's in the lead, it's going to be very tough. But if we see the XL Stunfisk in the back, I have 2 water type Pokemon in the back that can absolutely handle XL Stunfisk. So yeah, I really like this team. I hope you guys enjoyed the battles. Let me know if you guys are having success with this team, or if there's some other better team ideas that you were thinking of. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.